Hello and welcome to another episode of What If It's Cool, the show where we talk about anything and everything that is cool in the world today. I'm always evolving, Daniel Porcro. On this episode, part 2 of my sit-down interview with Ronin Walker. We talk about his early days in backyard wrestling, his eventual turn to pro, and just evolving his character over the time. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the evolution of Ronin Walker. Well, we've gone through a lot of your history there, and it's so great that you have these extracurricular activities out there, and the fact that we now can bond over the tap dance is fantastic. But we're here at the staple bit that everyone's come here to find out your wrestling clear. So, firstly, Ronan, how did you actually get into wrestling, and who inspired you to become a wrestler?
Okay, so my as a lot of people know, my favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy. So I used to watch a lot of Jeff Hardy matches and stuff. I would always be like, "Yep," clicking with the wrist and everything like that. It just
I'm 36. I after I come out of the show, I'm like,
yeah. So when I was just in, I think it was just before high school, my brother and his mates got together, and even though it's had this hashtag "Do not try this at home," no one follows that. No one follows.
No way.
So they set up stakes with ropes in the backyard, and they would wrestle. And they came over to the house, and I'm like, I want to be part of that. So I ended up, when I was about 13, be part of one of their shows. And they said, "Oh, so what's your name? What's your name wanting to be?" And I looked long and hard, and I'm probably going to get a lot of like everyone's going to talk. Like, if I'll probably say everyone is going to pick on me a bit, or just like have a little bit of a chuckle and laugh. I called myself Short Stump. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That was my first official wrestling name of all things. So, Short Stump. I was small. I was like smaller than everyone else.
Why would you call yourself that?
My brother.
Okay.
My brother's like, "You should call yourself Short Stump." And I'm like, "Yeah, maybe I might do that." So I did that, and it was like this running gag for a while. Every time, like one of the his friends and stuff saw me, and my now brother-in-law, because he married my sister. He would go, "Shut stump," like constant, like he would just, like, every time he'd see me, he'd go, "Shut stump," and I'm like, "Yeah, bye." Like, I'll be, it'll be okay. And then I changed my name. Like, I changed my name for a while. I think after that I called myself. It was weird, because then I went to called myself Sledgehammer, and I came out with some sort of sledgehammer like thing. So I was that. And
did
then
you hang on? If you called yourself the Sledgehammer, did you come out to that song Sledgehammer?
I wish I did, but I came out with something else.
What a missed opportunity!
I
That would have been
know.
great.
I know, it would have been fantastic. And I had a tag team partner for a tiny bit called Axe. So we were called we're gonna do a tag team match, and we're gonna be called the Human Tools because of that reason.
My God.
And what was worse is that we weren't allowed to speak, do our promos. So we were doing like the mouthing, like the magic mountain monkey magic thing. So we were doing that, and someone else was speaking our lines. I was just like, after a while, like, I think we were going to do that one match. Then it rained because we weren't under tarp or anything.
Yeah.
And that got cancelled, and then that guy left, and I was just doing other stuff. So I'm like, yeah, It was funny. It was funny at the time.
Why? Hang on. Why wouldn't they let you do the promo? Why was it you doing? And for those who don't know what the monkey magic style is, I'll do a demonstration. You don't need to do it because I'm an actor. So I do say like mouse move like this, and then you don't really know that they're actually saying something completely different, and like that. That's the worst impression I've ever done. But what out of all the things that you could do in backyard wrestling, why did they told you to do that? That makes absolutely no sense to me.
I could not tell you, to be honest. They just said, "Yeah, we're going to be talking your parts." I'm like, okay. Like, I was just a kid. I didn't know what they wanted me to do. They didn't want.
Your brother and this whole federation, they weren't part of the Juggalos, were they? They weren't Violent J and Shingy Do Death.
No. Definitely not. Definitely not.
It sounds like the ICP
But
when they did their Japanese video, which is kind of funny, kind of like no, but yeah.
yeah, but well, here's the thing. We called ourselves like they called themselves the CWF, so it was called the Casamade Wrestling Federation because it was a kind of like a ripoff um of like WWF at that stage. And so we had someone in a mask, and it was called Kid Kind instead of Mankind. So he was Kid Kind, and he had like three different. He was going to be called. He had another one. It was like Kid Love, and then he was going to be called Cactus Kid. So he's going to do like the three faces.
Wait, this wasn't Kid Valiant by any chance, was it?
No. I didn't know. I didn't know any of the APW dudes from way back then.
It just it sounds like something that KV would do.
Yeah.
I'm obviously joking. Don't kick my ass, okay?
Yeah. And then we had the owner, well, the one that was considered as the owner.
Yeah.
And I love this dude to bits. Like I haven't seen him for ages, but I love this dude to bits. And they called himself Rick Rogan, which was basically a ripoff of Hulk Hogan. It was the funniest thing. It was the funniest stuff.
Right, so let me guess, because obviously they couldn't, for legal reasons, couldn't do it. So, what you gonna do, sister, when CWF runs wild on you?
But he did it as like the NWO Hogan. So he was Rick Rogan, and he took over, and he had like the heavyweight championship and all that stuff. Yeah, I think they had their own version of the NWO for a while. It was kind of cool. Like everything was well put together. They had they had a Bret the Hitman Hart ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
They had, I think there was going to be one that had a Shawn Michaels ripoff, but then they ended up doing a Diamond Cutter as a finish, because they couldn't kick that high. So they was just like, nah, Diamond Cutter. It was weird, like because I think when he kicked, it kicked like on his chest or like below a little bit lower, because he just couldn't reach.
So if it was a sweet chin musical, sweet chest musical, sweet gut music.
Yeah,
that still could have worked.
Yeah, I know, right? But it is what it is. But yeah, there was quite a few, and my brother love him. He love him to bits. He actually went as the Archangel, and he wore Sting face paint.
Right.
He actually did really well with the face paint and stuff. So I was actually really happy with that. But yeah. So he did, like, it was a mixture between like different companies and stuff like that. It was actually really clever what they did. But yeah, my names were like funniest out of everyone. So yeah.
Oh my god. Sledge
I think oh, that's right. The Bret Hart one was I think he was called Ryan Starr or something. Ryan the Hitman Starr or something. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was like cringy. It was cringy as all heck, but it was funny. It was entertaining.
And they call my TikToks cringy. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So So the backyard wrestler, or yarders, as Jason Crash had
Yep.
put it. Where did that lead up to? So where did you end up starting to do your proper training, or did you, or was that enough training to get you into being booked in other companies?
So I no. So what happened is I did some more yarding stuff, as some people call them yard tards. I don't know why. It just makes no sense to me because like a lot of people start off in the yarding, doing yard stuff, like backyard wrestling,
Yeah.
and then they work themselves up to doing pro. Um, I did one. I think I did a couple of other yarding federations before um, starting training or getting into doing stuff with APW. So I had a mate, bless his soul, he doesn't do it anymore, but he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, not much." He goes, "You really need to go pro," and I'm like, "Okay, but where?" And he goes, "I'm going to a place in Seaford. You should go and train there." I said, "Alrighty, I'll give him a message." Talked on their page, and I'm like, "Hey, I want to come and wrestle." At the time, I didn't know because it was Crash. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
it was Crash. Talking. I was talking to him, and he's like, "Hey, um, can you come down?" And he goes, Where are you associated with?" I was like 2 hours away, or then nearly 3 hours away at
Mm.
that stage. And he goes, "You sure there's another company like closer?" I said, No. My mate's there. I'll want to actually be with him." And I said, he trusts you guys, so let's go there.
Mm.
I'm like, "Yep, cool." Well, he goes, "Alrighty, let's go this date." So I went there and we had a bit of a chat. And it was actually really cool. Seeing it, talking to Jason Crash, um, seeing where he was, where he came from, and all that stuff, where he grew, and now where he is now. It's like the transformation that he has now. It's fantastic.
Mm.
Um, and yeah, so like I got in there, started training and all that. And the first time of actually getting into the ring, and doing a match was a battle royal. It was in 2019. So I started my training was in 2018, in the middle of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in July 2018. 2019, I had a battle royal at um, APW, and all I wore was the kilt. I wore kick pads with knee pads, um, with shoes, obviously, and that's what I wore. Like I think I had some sort of like when I entered, I didn't have it, but I wore this hooded like vest
Mm.
thing, which was kind of cool. And so yeah, for the most part, I was just wearing a kilt for the for that part. Obviously, having something underneath because no one wants to see what is underneath the kilt.
Unless you want to start an OnlyFans, but I think Redfield's already got that. So
Yes.
hashtag support your local wrestlers.
uh,
Where
but
do
yeah,
where did the kilt actually start? Because you don't really see many people wear the kilt. The only thing in recent memory, besides obviously Drew McIntyre, was the Highlanders in WWF.
yep.
Sorry, WWE days, and obviously Roddy Piper's the only ones I could actually come to mind.
Raven was my inspiration.
Oh yeah, I forgot he wore a
Yeah.
kilt.
So he did that in WCW. No, he did it in WWE for a little bit. He
And in
did. Yeah.
ECW as well. He did do that too.
Yeah. He came in WWE. Like I think when he was trying to do the seven deadly sins,
That's right.
or the seven like the seven deadly sins gimmick.
Hmm.
And I'm like, and I saw him using kilts and stuff in TNA, and well, I'm like, man, I want to wrestle in a kilt. I got a kilt for Christmas one year. I'm like, I wanted a kilt for my gimmick, for my character,
Mm.
and so I did that, and I'm like, cool, this will work, and I'm like, what can I do to like I wanted to do something that will make me stand out, make me not look like anyone, and like look different to everyone else.
Mm.
And so I'm like, you know what? Kilt. I wore a shirt, sleeveless shirt, and a collar to represent kind of like a priesty thing. So I did this dark priest character. I was gonna actually bring out a Bible and didn't get that far because I forgot to order one. But like I actually had it, and then yeah, I don't know where it went before I actually came out. But I was just like, oh yeah, well.
Simple solution. Go to a hotel, right? Don't go in, open up the little drawer, and what's in there? It'd be either someone's leftover cigarette and a Bible. Bang, there
Yeah,
you go, and then just piss off. That's all you need to do. Not
yeah.
that I'm encouraging stealing, kids. I'm just saying that if you need to get a Bible
Don't
very
steal.
quickly,
Yeah, that's right. Don't steal, kids. We don't condone that over in what if it's cool
no.
or anywhere.
So
But if you need to borrow it for an extended period of time, just yeah, go and do
yeah,
it.
go to your local
Yeah,
hotel.
do that. um, yeah, so that's where that comes into it. So
Hmm.
I was trying to do, and then I'm like, maybe I could come out with a cross, and then I had a cross and forgot to bring that out for a while. So I was like, I know what I want, but I haven't gotten to there yet.
Hmm.
And it was just trying to figure out the best way to get that stuff. And yeah, never got around to getting to that point, unfortunately.
Well, what inspired that character exactly? Were you influenced by because obviously a lot of this is coming. So three people come to mind:
Yep.
Father James Mitchell,
Yep.
the original version of Christopher Daniels' Fallen Angel character,
Hmm.
and obviously Raven. Was it those three people that inspired this character, or was there another aspect of that maybe from your personal life that wanted you to be that kind of character?
So I enjoyed a lot of the Undertaker ministry styled and also Bray Wyatt. So I was very much like, I like this.
Mm.
So I was trying to, in a sense, kind of try to fuse the both together
Hmm.
in that sort of way, whereas kind of like cold leaderish to having some sort of like, because in my life, many people don't know, but I'm actually Christian.
Yeah.
So having that, um, having that as a foundation of like, I'm like, oh yeah, I could use that, but then just tweak what I say in those scriptures that I could use that. So I was like, use Bray Wyatt with Undertaker and just do that. And
Hmm.
yeah, so I had that, and then I had like the Raven kilt and stuff, and I'm like, this can work. So I had this whole big thing in my head. Um, and then I was yeah, and then everything eventuated from that, obviously getting um sometimes I felt like I was getting dealt a bad hand in some aspects of that character.
Mm.
Whether it was the people that were around, like with me, because I did team up with some other people that were in like, and we ended up trying to be in a group,
Hmm.
and they they offered the world. Like, this person offered the world, thinking, oh, maybe my path isn't maybe my path, if I go with him, maybe my path will be recognized. That
Gotcha.
path wasn't recognized.
Mm.
He led me astray, didn't he?
Yeah.
so so obviously, as a man, you kind of have to look at things and go, what can I do to um like you have to do a little bit of soul searching sometimes with character with certain ways of doing things to where you want to be. And then I thought, you know what? I see a guitar over there that's just sitting over there. I'm like, I I was like, oh, maybe we could do that. And I was like, if people were just saying, yeah, maybe you could do that, but I'm like, I don't know. So I was like questioning it for a
Yeah.
bit. I played at my wedding for Leanne. Had a whole bunch of people at the wedding, and I played an Ed Sheeran song, and I started playing it like no pun intended, but it was perfect. So I played it perfect. Um, so no pun intended there, but it just ended up being that way. And I'm just like, and I had my sister doing backup
Mm.
that, and everyone's like, you need to do that. You really need to do that. And I'm like, okay. So I had a thought about it, and I had an idea. So the inspiration for that was Elias because of he used to come out and do his little shtick. So I had that idea of trying to like not copy, but
Tweak it to your
it
own.
yeah,
Yeah.
make it into my own.
Mm.
And so yeah, that's where this character is kind of eventuated from.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought because I'm thinking I thought Elias came after you. Just from what you were telling me, now I'm just thinking like yeah, no, you're about the same time.
Yeah.
But the thing I think what Elias's character differs from you
Yeah.
is he generally does play the exact same chords throughout all these little things there.
Hmm.
You obviously have tried to shake it up, but obviously now, and this brings up to my actual question I want to ask about this character. Why the holy of all hells do you not want to play Wonderwall?
Okay, so it all stems down to I feel like that I am wronged in some form or another. As much as I love the crowd, like I love the crowd. The crowd is amazing. They do amazing stuff. Getting interrupted so many times, getting it and just all that, you just who wants to keep getting interrupted? Who feels like they want to keep getting interrupted? So why should I try playing if all I'm going to do is get interrupted?
Mm.
It makes no sense to me. Like it doesn't sit well with me that I'm gonna get interrupted week in it will show after show after show after show. Like each show, I'm like, right, I'm gonna play Wonderwall. Right, start playing. Someone comes out, and so that's why I'm like, look, I've had enough. Like I'm not going to go out there just to get interrupted again. Like it just makes no sense to me.
You know what
Like,
you could do?
mm,
Because this is because I know what it's like to be performing and someone interrupts me. I just heckle him while I'm playing the song. So, and I might be playing something, and then he's something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you stupid mother. Like, and no joke, I've done that because like I remember busking years ago, and I remember somebody was shouting out to me, "You suck" or something. I was like, "No, you suck," and literally, and I got a riled out of the crowd. They just started laughing and being more entertained. Have you ever thought about doing something like that?
I have actually, but I think because of me, like it's weird because I will I will talk, but then sometimes when I try playing and I get interrupted, I kind of freeze and just look at them and just go, "What the hell are you doing?"
Mm.
Like it just makes no sense. Like, isn't I like with my YouTube channel, I've played quite a few different songs. I've actually got I play a bit of bass in there. I've played guitar and I've actually sung stuff. which I need to do a bit more of.
Yes, you do, because you're
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
thank you. But I will say this: next time I win,
Have you ever won?
next no, but the next time I win, the next time or the time when I win, when I actually get a win, I'll tell you what,
Hmm.
I will play Wonderwall. Hopefully that I won't get interrupted by playing Wonderwall, but I win, I'll play Wonderwall
Okay.
because I feel like then I have I've done what I'm there to do.
Hmm.
They can't interrupt me. No one should be able to interrupt me from there. I should be able to cleanly just play the song without interruption.
Well, you could have just played an intermission, like how many times can you hear the sex same rock songs every now and again? And
Well,
I'm not saying this with APW. I'm saying this with every single organization I've been to because, like, literally, I go to multiple shows and
yeah.
it's literally the same rock music.
I think
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
yeah,
I love it when there is performances because I can't remember which. I think it was at Never Ever Wild Stream 3.
yep.
They had an act that were playing intermission, and they ended up playing my great grandfather's theme music as well. Um,
Hmm.
and that was great. I love doing that. Why don't you go to APW management and say, hey, can I just perform in intermission? Because I guarantee no one's going to interrupt me because no one's going to attack my ass doing that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. I might have to do that. So, APW, if you're listening, maybe we could sort something out. So, just
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's do it. I'm keen.
What if it's cool? We give great ideas out here. So just make sure that all of that is copyright here on the What If It's Cool channel. And yeah, 10% is definitely coming our way. Thank you, Ronan. But talk to me about you obviously got you in training and had the character change. Now when you debuted as Ronan playing guitar and everything, how did that come about?
So, as I was saying about with the wedding, there was a whole bunch of like wrestling mates as well as family and stuff, and they've come up to me. Like, obviously, I've done like my first dance with Leanne, and then they'll have everyone else come up to me. She goes and dances um with like friends and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I had people come up to me and they're like, "How can you do that?" I'm like, "I've just been able to do it all my life." It's like, how do we not know? It's like, well, no one really asks me these things. Like, no one like. I feel like sometimes I'm just kind of like in not in a bad sense, but a loner in some sense
Hmm.
because it's like that people decide to not decide to, but like they've got their own friend groups and stuff like that, and it's very hard to get to know someone that's kind of kind of like steps away and just looks at the crowd and looks at every single like I'll sit back and I'll say, okay, they're in that group, they're in that group, they're in that group. So how do I communicate with all these different groups?
Yeah.
And so I sit back and I'm like, I don't not necessarily conform. I don't conform to those kind of groups. Like I'm different to each different group. And it's so hard to connect to an individual group as such.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and so yeah, that's why that came around,
Hmm.
and me playing the guitar, coming out and trying to play Wonderwall and all that stuff, trying to actually do it.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's where that came into it, and so wearing the jeans and the shirt and the obviously this jacket
Hmm.
coming out, and yeah, it's just it's been real fun just trying to play the guitar for everyone.
Well, I can't wait for the day that you end up playing Wonderwall. I hope that's soon.
I hope so.
Because obviously, not doing career ass kicking on this one, but yeah, you had that 10-second match with JSA, and yeah,
Look, Yeah. Look, unfortunately, I thought that I could be like I know it sounds funny, but I know it sounds weird, and you're probably gonna laugh, but I thought I was being smart about this. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna run at him. Like that's not a smart decision to make at all. Even though he's ready, it's like, yep, cool. And I'm just like, oh yeah, he's caught me. Cool, I'm down. Yeah, okay, yeah. But it's like, nah, he's ready. Obviously, he's gonna run at me. So I was like, yeah, he caught me. Bam, and off I go. Yeah.
All I'm going to say is that's wrestling.
Anything can happen anything can happen in wrestling. That's
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right. I mean, we had RoboCop come out and save Sting in WCW for God's sakes. We had a big chicken come out of an egg.
We had David Arquette winning the WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
We have James Marshall making OnlyFans. Whoops. I mean,
well,
hashtag
I don't.
James
I don't
Marshall
need
OnlyFans.
I don't need to know that.
But I hope that the big W comes for you soon, my friend. I
Thank
really do, and I really want to hear Wonderwall. But yeah, definitely talk to APW manager and see if we can just get you at least play some songs. It may not be Wonderwall, at least some songs in intermission, because I reckon that'd be pretty cool. Now we've come to the staple question here of what if it's cool. Ronan, what is something that you find cool that nobody else does?
Okay. That's a really hard question.
Well, we already got tap
it's a good
dancing,
one.
but yeah,
it is a really good one. One thing that people don't know about me is I like golf, as in the sport golf.
I'm loving this guy so much.
Yeah, I love golf. I actually like golf. I actually have a golf set. It's in a muck of mess at the moment. I used to actually play with my cousin.
What's your driver?
My driver is I can't remember what it is. I'll have to try getting. Hang on. If you can just hold off for a second,
go grab it. Let's have a look.
I'll actually grab it. Hold off for a second. Still here, just trying to own it. Here we go.
I'm excited for this one. I want to see exactly what he's got.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Ooh.
My big driver. It is Cougar. It's a Power Cat.
Oh, you bastard! Those are great.
Yeah. It's got it's actually got a little dint that's there. It's actually got a little dint.
You did that. You weren't getting angry or anything when.
No. So I played with my cousin, golf.
Okay.
And he used it once. He's very similar in height to me. He's probably like a tiny bit taller.
Yeah.
And he's top ended the ball. So it's hit the bottom of it, so it's dented. But other than that, it works well, does its job. And yeah, so I haven't been golfing for a while, so I probably should go and do that again soon. But yeah, I would get the golf games and I'll start playing those on the PlayStation and all that stuff, and I just enjoy playing like a little bit of golf. Just kind of winds me down a bit if I want to just have a little bit of a relax. Oh yeah, cool. Let's just do something.
God, I feel like the next time I have you on the show, I think we should, because obviously you're not somewhere close to me, but we should go. My hometown Tokemore. We should go for a round of 18. Yep. And just have a mics on and just enjoy ourselves and play some golf. I reckon that'd be really good.
I reckon that's a plan. Let's make it happen.
But those who've never been to Tokes, we have the best golf course in Australia, if not the world, over there. And I used to live there. Well, shouldn't say I used to live there, but I grew up a little bit away from there, and I used to go there every October with my family to play. It was like literally 4 days only golf. Best time of my life.
Nice.
Going over there, and I wish we ended up moving there because I would have loved to done golf because one of my family was an amateur golfer, nearly went pro.
Oh,
Unfortunately, just life happened and didn't go the way we're going. But always loved golf, and man, that is seriously cool that you love golf.
yeah, yeah. It's totally different. Like people, I reckon, won't expect me to actually say I like golf. It's like what? Like
Oh no, well, I wasn't
out of-
expecting that. I thought you were going to bring out something more musical. You know, I don't know what it was, but yeah, that's what I was thinking.
as much as I like different musics and stuff like that, like harps and like I like all the stringed instruments and wood instruments and stuff. I wouldn't mind actually learning how to play a harp, but it's very similar to a guitar in some sense because of the strings. But yeah, but yeah, golf. If like I've got a golf, I think there's a golf course nearby too, so I could possibly just check it out or whatever near my place. So, which would be good.
I just go to the driving range every chance I get just to work on my swing. Like I've got a great swing, but everything else I am terrible at. Like I'll never forget one of my family members was saying to me, "Oh, I wish you could hit as much as you." I said, "No, you don't." He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because by the time if I hit it really good, I'm near the green, I'm fine. But if I hit it into a tree or something, I'm stuffed.
Mhm.
It will take me at least 20 swings before I get to the hole if I've done that.
Mm.
Like no joke, I'm that bad at everything else."
Mine does this. So I have to aim it like out to bring it back in. It's unreal.
Oh my god, I can't wait till we go for a hit. I reckon
Oh yeah.
I reckon that's gonna be really fun. Ronan, where can we find you on all your socials?
So there will be Twitter. I have a Twitter. I have an Instagram. I have a Facebook. I also have a TikTok. I do actually post there at some stages. I do have a Twitch, so if you would like to support me in doing that, I actually am streaming a bit later on today. So, of this video on Twitch. I do have a YouTube channel, so there's quite a few different places. I will send you the links,
Yep.
or even a big link that has everything on there.
Oh yeah, no, I'll put that. But make sure, guys, if you want to check out Ronan, all his stuff, link is in description, and help support this young man because he's freaking awesome. Ronan, thank you so much for being real with me, and thank you for being a part of the show. I can't wait to see you at any show. Actually, hang on, I just realized something. Is it only APW that you've been a part of?
No, I've been a part of MXW. So
Mhm.
MXW, I was able to wrestle for a couple of shows. One was for the Horsham Showgrounds for the actual Horsham show,
Yep.
which was awesome. I wrestled there and wrestled a few different people from there. I actually wrestled Robbie Parker, which was great. One of the matches there.
Mhm.
And also did a battle royal which had Jason Crash in, which was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of MXW, in the future, I'm not sure when it will be coming out, but we'll be having the definitive history of MXW with a Shaq. Make sure to check out that episode because it's going to be very awesome. Because I would love to know a little bit more about this company and everyone who has been on that show as well. In that company as well, because they're doing amazing stuff there. But enough about that plug. Ronan, thank you so much for being part of Wonderful School.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me. It's been awesome.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
And that's the end of that episode. Want to be featured on Wonderful School or know someone with an interesting story that needs to be told? Reach out to me. I can be reached on wonderfulschoolbusiness@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow the show wherever you get your podcasts. Want more from Wonderful School? Make sure to check out the YouTube channel where you can find the latest episodes of Mukbang Around, Reaction, and of course the podcast. And don't forget to follow Waterford School on all socials. It can be found at Waterford School. Keep that sport coming. And until next time, I'll catch you on next one. Peace.